Hey, what's up guys, Darkbreaker here and welcome to today's video. And today's video is gonna be very interesting because we are going to talk about all the new items that are gonna come into the game and all the item changes and how it's gonna affect the build for ADCs, for crit based champions, etc. It's gonna be pretty interesting to talk about all the new items and how I think they are gonna affect the meta, because I've been discussing the changes with Doom and Stuart as well, since they are ADC mains. First item is gonna be Shield Bow. Immortal Shield Bow is gonna be a very strong item on the new patch. And before we're starting, I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and write down below your feedback about the video and what you guys think. I'm gonna showcase you both stats, by the way, because there's some items that are gonna change or getting reworked. So I'm gonna blend them in each time we're talking about. And for this section, you guys are only seeing the Chinese one right now, but I'm gonna edit and blend you guys the English translation in as well while I'm talking about it, so you guys will see it as well. So for the first item, we have Immortal Shield Bow. This item is gonna be a core item for a lot of ADCs, like Caitlyn, Vayne, Kai'Sa as well. Kai'Sa got a rework. If you guys are interested in our Kai'Sa rework gameplay, we are gonna cover this one too, for the passive at least. And then some other ADCs, because the stats for Immortal Shield Bow are 40 attack damage, 25% critical chance, 15% attack speed, and plus 5% lifesteal. And then you also have the lifeline passive. If you would take damage that would reduce you below 35% of your maximum health, you first gain a shield that absorbs 200 plus 5 damage per 1% critical strike chance, lasting for 5 seconds. So the more crit rate you have, the more damage you will actually absorb on top of that. And last for 5 seconds, cooldown 90 seconds, and Battle Fury. Triggering Lifeline grants you 10% lifesteal for 8 seconds on top of that. This item is going to be so good on many ADCs. It's going to be a core item for champions like Tryndamere, Yasuo, Yone as well, and maybe Crit Rengar could run this as well, or Grace as well. Grace with Bloodthirster and Shield Bow. He's going to have so much sustain, so Shield Bow is going to give so much sustain. In combination with Bloodthirster, so Enter here might be one of the most mandatory items for a lot of champions when you're facing some Shield Bow champions or Shield Bow plus Bloodthirster champions. And then next one, we have Collector. This item is gonna be also interesting for a few champions, because Collector is an item that grants you attack damage, crit rate, and armor penetration. So lethality crit based champions are gonna enjoy this. So either you are a lethality champion that might like crit chance because you use auto attacks a lot, or you're like a Jhin. You're Jhin who runs lethality, who runs crit chance, and then on top of that, the passive. Now listen, if you deal damage would leave an enemy champion health below 5%, execute them. Champions kill provide an additional 25 gold. So pretty much you will do additional damage every time you are about to kill someone, and you're also gonna get additional gold on top of that. So this is a really nice bonus damage, or really nice bonus damage that you are gonna do each time you are about to execute someone, and it grants you additional gold as well. So Jhin is probably the biggest benefiter. Maybe Rengar could run it. Maybe Crit Jarvan, pretty popular in solo queue, could run it as well, probably. And then I've seen a pretty interesting build, by the way. I've seen Jace running Manamune, Essence Reaver, Collector, like a new crit Jace build potentially. So Collector, I don't think it's gonna be a game changer like Shield Bow, but I think it's still gonna be a pretty good item, a niche item for some champions that like crit chance and lethality at the same time. So Jhin, probably the biggest benefiter of this item. Now let's move on. Now we have Noon Quiver or whatever the name is. It's like the tier 2 item that you can build into Storm Razor, Phantom Dancer, and Shield Bow. So it's probably one of the first items you're getting on a lot of ADCs, granting you 25 attack damage plus 10% attack speed, building from Longsword. So it's gonna be your first item on a lot of ADC champions that want to rush Shield Bow, or even on Grace or Master Yi or whatever other crit-based champion. We can go through the item builds later on, where I'm thinking the item builds are gonna change, because we have a lot of champions. Wait, I have a list that I maybe wanna do. We have Pantheon with Crit, Collector maybe, Tryndamere, Master Yi, Jace, Vayne, Kai'Sa, Corki, all the other ADCs, Rengar, Yone, Yasuo. I think those champions benefit the most from all the changes or all the new items. Then the next item is gonna be the tier 2 item that you use for Nash's Tooth, because they in fact changed Nash's Tooth. So Nash's Tooth starts with Nash's Talon. That's the item of this. It grants you for 800 gold 20 attack damage or 40 ability power, so it's adaptive. The more AD you have, like if you have more AD, it will give you attack damage. If you have more AP, it will give you ability power. And then afterwards, you can build it into the new Nash's Tooth. Let me find the stats for Nash's Tooth. Okay, here. Let's talk about the new Nash's Tooth, and I'm gonna compare it to the previous Nash's Tooth, okay? I'm gonna blend it for you guys, both stats in, so you guys can see the differences between those two items. I'm gonna do the same for all the other item changes, so we can discuss them. Wait, which picture is it? I think it was this one. So now it grants you 45% attack speed, 20 ability haste. Then the passive is gain adaptive damage, 30 attack damage or 60 ability power. And the passive is basic attack deals 15 plus 25 bonus attack damage plus 25 ability power as bonus magic damage to the target. And previously it was 50 attack speed, 70 ability power, 25 ability haste, and attack deals 15 bonus magic damage plus 15% AP. Actually grants you way more. So on a hybrid champion that runs both AD and AP, like hybrid Kai'Sa could run Nash's Tooth. Hybrid Kai'Sa, where you have a lot of AP and AD, your auto attacks are gonna do a lot of additional damage. What other hybrid champions are good? Maybe a Kayle could run Nash's Tooth. Master Yi can run this. Vayne can run Nash's Tooth too. Ability haste, attack speed, bonus attack damage on your auto attacks, or bonus magic damage on your auto attacks that are also scaling with attack damage. So a lot of attack based champions can run, or a lot of AD attack speed based champions can run Nash's Tooth right now. I've seen Vayne with this, I've seen Master Yi with this, maybe Kayle as well. What other champions have high attack speed that could run this? If they are not crit based, I guess if they're not crit based, you can run this as well. 20 ability has 45% attack speed. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting because it opens up this item for AD champions as well, not only for AP champions like Diana, for example, or Kayle, also for AD champions like right now, Master Yi, Vayne, etc. Okay, the next change is gonna be Phantom Dancer. Phantom Dancer, huge change. Probably one of the craziest items right now on the new patch, in my opinion. It grants you 25 crit chance, 35% attack speed, 5% movement speed, and after one basic attack, you will gain an additional 7% bonus movement speed for 3 seconds, and it can stack up to 4 times. Not the movement speed part, but the passive. So once you have 4 stacks of the passive spectral walls, you get 30% attack speed. And you know what's funny about this? No matter the auto attack on monsters, on minions, on turret, you will get a stack for the Phantom Dancer passive, and at 4 stacks you get 30% attack speed. So it's so good for ADCs right now because you can siege turrets super quickly, and you can maintain the 7% bonus movement speed super easily, and even maybe the 30% attack speed because you can auto-attack minions, you can auto-attack monsters to keep the passive alive. So you can keep getting the 4 stacks or refresh the 4 stacks. This item is going to be core item on champions like Vayne, on maybe Tristana Jinx that just runs some people. It's going to be so good. You get so much movement speed. Like previously, the stats were, let's see in comparison again. Hello, Mr. Phantom Dancer, where are you? Previously, you had 25% crit rate, 35% attack speed, so it's the same. The 5% movement speed is also the same. But previously, you had the lifeline, the shield passive. When you drop below 35% HP, you get the shield. And now, instead, you get attack speed. You can stack up attack speed non-stop. Or you have movement speed non-stop. So you can pretty much have 12% bonus movement speed the entire time. And 30% also doable if you play it well. So a Vayne running with, you have Vayne Lulu. First ability, ultimate, giving you so much mobility and stealth on top of that. Then you have the Phantom Dancer movement speed and the Lulu second ability movement speed. This is going to be a crazy combo. And let's move on. So Phantom Dancer probably is going to be insane on so many AD champions, or even on Master Yi, on Tryndamere, maybe on Graves you can run this as well. Oh, Graves with the movement speed and attack speed is going to be so good as well though, not gonna lie. And then, I wonder if you run it on Yasuo maybe. You could get additional movement speed, not gonna lie. But yeah, let's talk about Essence Reaver. Essence Reaver also got changed. So Essence Reaver stat-wise, let's see the comparison stat-wise and passive. So for the stats, they reduced the attack damage by 5. So the stats are the same, minus the 5 attack damage. So 40 attack damage, 25% crit rate, and 20 abilities. But the passive now empowers your next ability or basic attack, increasing damage by up to 30% based on critical strike chance, 6-second cooldown. Basic attacks against champions reduce the cooldown by 1 second. So this passive works now on your abilities. So for Corki, Jace, this is insane. And Mana Siphon is still the same. By up to 30% based on the critical strike chance. And before it was 10 bonus. Beforehand it was 10 bonus physical damage plus 70% physical damage. The thing is, it didn't apply for abilities. That was the difference. Now it applies for abilities. So Corki and Jace are gonna be insane with this item. And I'm not sure what other champions that are running Essence Reaver necessary. Maybe Lucian could run it. Ability haste, ability champions. Lucian, Corki, Jace. I think Corgi is the biggest benefiter. Who runs Essence Reaver as well? Ability crit champion that are spamming abilities. Wait, let me check Marksman really quick. Lucian, yes. Ezreal? Maybe Ezreal? Maybe Ezreal. Corki, Ezreal. Corki, actually, Ezreal doesn't necessarily need the crit rate, and you can just run Trinity. Yeah, I think just Corki and maybe Lucian. Corki is the biggest benefiter of this item. And then, what else do we have? I think that's it for the item changes, pretty much. Or did I miss something? Manamune. Oh, yeah. Oh, Manamune was the change with the... Oh, I'm talking bullshit, by the way. Oh, I'm talking bullshit. The thing with the ability was Manamune, not Essence Reaver. Essence Reaver is just about the crit. Damaging active abilities and empowered attacks deal bonus physical damage. I mean, it was still on abilities and auto attacks anyways. It was the Manamune. Oh my god, I just mixed it up. It's my bad. It was the Mana Immune that is now also on abilities. So for Blue Cane, for Jace, and for Corki. Essence Weaver, it's more about the crit rate changes. So 30% additional damage. And before it was just scaling with 10 bonus physical damage plus 70% physical damage. I'm talking bullshit. I just mixed it up. This was the Mana Immune part. Oops. I just mixed it up, guys. My bad. But I explained the Mana Immune now is also for abilities. Like it's not only your auto attacks but also your abilities. So for Jace, Ezreal are gonna be so good with that, and Corki as well. But yeah, I can read it out. When basic attacks hit enemy champions, consume 2.5% of your current mana and deal additional physical damage equal to the amount consumed. When dealing damage to enemy champions with abilities, consume 4% of your current mana and deal plus 6 additional physical damage, equal to the consumed amount of mana spent. This effect will only trigger when your remaining mana is above 20%. Each individual ability can only trigger this effect once against the same champion. But yeah, pretty much that triggers on abilities as well, instead of just auto attacks. Okay, before it was attacks against champions consume 3%, but now it's when basic attacks hit enemy champions. I mean, he did explain, can trigger with ability, attack damage to increase. Yeah, but pretty much they can trigger with abilities right now, the Mura Mana. But yeah, we have also some rune changes. Okay, this is, instead of Hunter's Titan, this is Toughness right now. Gain 10% tenacity when affected by crowd control. Gain 16 to 30 bonus armor and magic resistance. Increases with level for 1.5 seconds. The duration is refreshed with each consecutive instance of crowd control. So you automatically gain 10% tenacity immediately, and you get a bonus armor as well, or bonus resistance as well, when you get hit by resistance for 1.5 seconds. And each time you're getting hit by crowd control, it's getting refreshed, so that's pretty good. And now for Hunter Genius, we have Transcendence. So at level 1, you get 6 ability haste, at level 6, you get 6 ability haste, and at level 11, after hitting an enemy champion with basic ability, reduce the cooldown of that ability by 15%, 8-second cooldown. So that's also pretty nice. But yeah, that's it for the item changes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and write down below in the comments your opinion about the item changes. That's it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.